Gender Socialization in the United States, The Male Nurse by Caitlin Villafane. Gender socialization is the process by which people learn to behave in a certain way as dictated by societal beliefs, values, attitudes, and examples. In the past, the traditional role of a woman was to stay at home, cook, clean, and take care of the children. The man's role was to go to work and provide for the family.
Girls are kinda lucky, don't they, Mom?
Why do you say that?
Well, they don't have to be smart. They don't have to get jobs or anything. All they gotta do is get married.
Well, Beaver, being smart isn't exactly a drawback to marriage.
Well, if they don't get married, well, they can become dressmakers or cut people's nails in a barber shop or take care of kids and a lot of other dumb stuff.
This was the primary view of many people back in the 60s. Though there are more women in the workforce, there are still specific occupations that are dominated by one specific gender. 5 most popular jobs for women are secretaries and administrative assistants, registered nurses, elementary and middle school teachers, cashiers, nursing, psychiatric, and home health aides. 5 most popular jobs for men include construction, politics, math, sports media, and firefighters. Women are still discriminated against in the workplace. Women still aren't equal in the workplace include pregnancy discrimination. While amendments to the Americans with Disability Act demand that employers accommodate workers with medical complications from pregnancy, pregnancy itself is not considered a disability. Therefore, employers don't have to legally accommodate pregnant workers, even for the most minor requests. For example, if a woman wanted to rest slightly longer on her break because she was tired, she was not able to do this. Pay inequality. Statistics show that women make 91 cents to every one man's dollar. Broad maternity leave policies. Under the Family and Medical Leave Act, workers are eligible for up to 12 weeks of maternity leave. This is unless they work at a small company or have been employed for less than a year. Otherwise, 8 weeks is the maximum length of time. As it stands, the law only protects one half of the workforce from unlawful termination. More grads, less money? Recently, the Washington Post reported that although nearly 60% of each year's class of college graduates are women, a number which exceeds that of men, the guys still rake in the larger paychecks once they emerge from college. Motherly expectations. Despite the growing number of female breadwinners, women are often still expected to handle the classic motherly duties. In fact, while 40% of moms work part-time to take care of their children, only 3% of men do the same. Equality is not a priority. In 2012, when a female executive at the Computer Sciences Corporation filed a sexual harassment case against one of her coworkers, she was told to quit complaining and was later fired. Earlier, in 2011, a day spa worker informed her boss that many male customers had exposed themselves to her, but the company did nothing to stop it, claiming that reporting the incident would drive away any customers. This year, an airline pilot filed a sexual discrimination suit against Delta Airlines, claiming they ignored her complaints about being harassed in the cockpit. Men can also be discriminated against in the workplace, specifically in nursing, which is a very female-dominated workforce. Nursing? Nursing is the protection, promotion, and optimization of health and abilities, prevention of illness and injury, alleviation of suffering through the diagnosis and treatment of human response, and advocacy in the care of individuals, families, communities, and populations. There are over 2 million registered nurses in the United States, but only about 9.1% are men. think about when you hear the word nurse? Woman with her cap and her collared shirt? Or with her stethoscope and cap? Or is it the sexy nurse that is often portrayed in movies and films? These are actual nurses, hardworking men and women. In a quote from Dent in 2012, he stated, "As a male nurse, did I hate that moniker? I get treated no differently based on my gender. My working relationship with any physician, just like all my other coworkers, regardless of gender, is, however, directly correlated to my job performance." Quote from Payne in 2013 said, "Yes, some argued the difference in treatment translated into a difference in the size of their paychecks. Others noted that men in nursing are taken more seriously by physicians and patients and are sometimes mistaken for doctors, and male nurses are regularly asked to do the lifting." In a recent interview with the 30-year-old male nurse who had been a nurse for 6 years, he was asked, "Do you think you are treated differently since you are a man in a female-dominated profession?" His response was as followed: "Yes, I have had male doctors ignore a suggestion from a female nurse. Then when I made the suggestion, a moment later, he told me it was a great idea." He also went on to further say, "Some female patients have asked for a female nurse. Most of these patients have been Hasidic women. One woman said, 'I don't feel comfortable going to sleep with you here. I don't know what you will do while I sleep.' I have also had a 16-year-old female patient who was a victim of sexual abuse asked to have a female nurse." What do you think when you hear male nurse?
What about you, Greg? What line of work are you in?
I'm a nurse.
Not many men in your profession, though, are there, Greg?
No, Jack. Not traditionally.
Are you a Mr. Gaylord? Walker!
It's Greg. Greg is fine.
Remember we talked about him? Sorry, Greg. The car only comes in one gender.
Gaylord Fokker is one of the most mocked and most popular male nurses we know. Does it make it okay? Definitely not. How do we fight this bias in nursing? How do we make things better? It first starts with nursing schools. They need to strengthen their efforts to attract more men and minority students. Nursing teachers should treat every student the same. Once the male nurses have graduated and look for jobs, managers should be hiring male nurses for different positions, not just male-friendly units. Also, male nurses need to demand the respect they deserve. The public should also be informed that there is no difference in practice based on gender. Nursing is a demanding job for both men and women. We should treat nurses with respect. They take care of us on a daily basis, and we need to remember that male or female, they're there to do their job. Hug a nurse today. They deserve it.